We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
Great job, brother. Good fun to meet you.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat. You're gonna pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Finally rugged, a rug pull of the ages. That's right. BitBoy Crypto Show for the first time in history, guys. We are not coming to you live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are coming to you today, 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But do not be confused. We did not rug pull you. We are here. Me and TJ were just having some fun. We were having some fun. Me and TJ almost killed each other, but we're back, guys. We're back. We're back. Mom and Dad were fighting, but we've gotten back together. And here we are for the show.
Feels like old times, to be honest.
What's that?
Said feels like old
times. That's it. Yeah. Bull run vibes. Ben and TJ almost killing each other. But we have survived, and we are here, and the show goes on. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder and fights harder for you in crypto than this one right here. And guys, I'm rocking my nice Ada Gang shirt. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ada Gang has officially been retired on this channel as something that we call the Cardano community. There was public outcry and outrage at this phrase, Ada Gang. Who came up with it? I'm not sure. But we've retired it. If you want a vintage shirt, you can get this one on hitmerch.com. If you hate Cardano and you really want to stick it to the Cardano community, you go buy yourself an Ada Gang shirt. Guys, today we're going to be talking about a lot. Bitcoin pumped overnight. And I guess it's getting ready for a retracement, people are saying. Is that what Drew was just saying? We'll see. We'll look at the charts. We're going to bring Frankie in live from an undisclosed location, as he is going to be joining the stream here in just a few minutes. We deserve a rant for being so, guys, I just ranted.
we just did the rant.
We just did it. We did it off camera, okay? We just did the rant. Why am I talking so fast? Because the show's a little shorter today, so I got to get more in. You guys remember the Micro Machines guy? Do you remember the Micro Machines guy?
I don't remember the guy. I remember Micro Machines.
Yeah, the Micro Machines guy, he would talk really fast. And he could read really fast, too.
A lot of adrenaline today.
A lot of adrenaline. Okay. Kevin Korowitz, he disrespected by 30 minutes. It was 26 minutes, douche. And then comes out shilling his own project?
Ada's your project?
Sir, do you think I look like Charles Hoskinson?
Has been said before.
Someone did mistake me for him one time. And I told him, thank you for supporting my project. Because I'm a nice guy. What can I do? Guys, if Cardano was my project, I would be rocking an Aventador, not a Huracan. So there we go. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. This is bitboycrypto.com. No, this is not. This is BitBoy Crypto on YouTube, at BitBoy Crypto channel. Come down here because we want you to really make sure you're subscribed to all of our other channels. Look at Frankie bringing 40,000 here. Don't forget to check out BitLab Academy. We're going to have a lot of stuff coming here for that. Hit Network. Hey, guys, you may not know what we're doing on this channel, but just so you know what this channel is now, it's 24/7 crypto. So we're showing, if you click on this right now, there's a crypto show going. I don't know what it is right now, but it could be my show. It could be Blockchain Basement. Is Wendy's on there?
Wendy's on there, yes.
Wendy's on here. Sin City's on here. We got tons of people that are friends with us are on this channel 24/7. They're replays of the shows, so it's not live. Don't forget to get with Around the Blockchain and Blockchain Basement, and please help my poor son out. He's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be building a new set. He's going to get his own set here soon, so really excited about that. So I'm not subscribed to BitLab.
Well,
I'm not subscribed to any of these because this is not my actual YouTube account. Yeah, this is a different account. Okay, all right, let's move on. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to hit me up on Instagram. Don't forget to check out the book, Catching Up to Crypto, doing phenomenal. Hit merge, like I said. Let's get into the numbers. Okay. Let's see, 1.049 trillion in market cap, 53 billion on volume. Bitcoin dominance at 41.9%, ETH dominance 18.4%. 21 Paraguay will get you an ETH transaction. Bitcoin coming in 22,775. I had set a long last night right before I went to bed and woke up. Boom. It was a nice little hit. 70% gain. Back down to 25x leverage. I've decided 99 just is no longer working for me. So Ethereum at 1577. Hey, you know what's interesting? A lot of people may not know this because, yeah, shout out to Cobb County. There you go, Brandon. A lot of people may not know this because you would not be insane enough to try to trade with 100x leverage. But if you go anywhere from 101 to 125x, they limit the amount you're able to leverage trade. Huh. So, yeah, so they cut it down by, I think you're only allowed to leverage trade like up to 6 Bitcoin above 100x, because all it would take is one freaking massive candle, somebody having a 125x long with like 100 Bitcoin to break an exchange. You know, that's all it would take. They would scam way down. They get the money somewhere else. They liquidate other people, I guess. But yeah, they limit. It's kind of like when you go to the roulette table, right? You have the roulette table. They let you know, they'll have the maximum number you're allowed to bet, but you can't
walk up and put like $2 million on red.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the amount that you can put on the inside numbers, you can bet on one, is also different than what you can bet on the outside. So like you can't put, you know, $10,000 on a number, you know, because then they're going to owe you 400K. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Number one thing you can do, if you enjoy when we're late, if you would be disrespected if we show up on time, make sure to hit that like button. Or if you disagree with that, make sure to hit the dislike button. Guys, also, if you're watching on mobile, make sure to exit the live chat. Come into mobile. Or come into the mobile chat. Let me start over. If you're watching on mobile, make sure to exit the live chat. Hit the like button. Then come back in, hit the live chat icon. You don't want to miss the chat. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen, if you're watching on smart TV, more actions, more options. Hit react. And then like this video. Man, I got some exciting stuff we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. So I'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more about it here soon. But yeah, good to be in the studio today, a little bit late, but here we are. Let's bring on, well, you know what? Let me check the numbers real quick here. Astar, 23% gain, Mina, 12.99%, Mutable X, Render Token, all having good weeks. What is Astar? Got my toe. You want to see my toe? Should I show my toe?
Get it, how?
God, how? I can pull it up
You
here.
put it on the table?
I'm very flexible.
Yeah. You want to? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, here we go. Do y'all want to see my toe? It's really gross. I have my toenail removed. Here we go. Can we? How can we? Look at that thing. See if you can zoom in on that toe. Zoom in on that thing. Look at that. Look at that toe. Toenail removed. Look at that. Oh, you get a little nipple shot there at the end too. Wow, amazing. Please no toe. There it is. It's way grosser than you think it is. It's so disgusting. I'm wearing Crocs. No hate, Hudson. Look at that. I know y'all are impressed with the way that I hold that up. Yoga. Yeah, that's right. Yoga all day, every day. That is disgusting. It's so gross. I finally took the bandage off. It's been 2 days. And I didn't miss a show. I'm trying to understand. I had surgery on Monday morning. Did not miss a show. That's how dedicated I am. Because nobody loves crypto more than me. I don't know much about where alluvium is. Try a whole toe? Who had their toe removed? That's dangerous. Can I tell you guys this? I don't know if I should say this. I don't want to get banned on YouTube. I'm going to say it anyways. Guys, big toenail is a conspiracy. I want you guys to understand this. You're told your whole life that you need a big toenail. And how many of y'all out there, show of hands, how many of y'all out there have had ingrown toenail problems? Multiple ingrown toenails. You don't need that nail, guys. It's a lie. The only reason why they have you come in over and over again and have that surgery is they can just do it again to you. They're going to stick that needle in your toe, that big needle. I've had that surgery 10 times. Finally got it removed. And you know what? Best thing I ever did. Had the other one removed like a year ago. It's great. So if you have ingrown toenail problems, I hope YouTube doesn't remove this because I'm really getting into the podiatry business here. Just have the whole thing removed. You'll be much better. You don't need it. Nobody even notices. All right, here we go. Yeah, y'all can see I don't have a toe fesh. Hey, if there were any chicks that had toe fetishes, I just turned them off. All right, okay, let's bring Frank on. All right, from toes to calves, let's bring in the fatted calf himself. Hey, Frank.
What's going on, Ben? Hey, I knew you were flexible. I did not know that you were that flexible. And I know on the last time I was on, the other day when we were up here, I was getting Tomo. Now I have like super Tomo.
Super Tomo. Yeah, and guys, people are asking if it comes back. No, they put a thing in there so it doesn't come back. So it'll grow back a little thin film, like on my other toe. But yeah, it's a permanent procedure, guys. Permanent procedure. Okay.
Too crazy. Well, Ben, we do have some good stuff to congratulations on your long, by the way. Perfect little it is nice. Sometimes going to sleep with a trade is sometimes sketchy.
Yeah.
Or at least, you know, you might get the Bybit sweats or the or Femex fever, as we like to call it, or the BitGet sweats. But hey, you woke up this morning in the green, so shout out to your long trade. Congratulations on that. We do have some really, really good stuff to look at on the charts here today. So let me go ahead and pull up my chart. Boom, there we go. So I do want to start off here looking at the BitLab trading suite here because I want to talk about some, I'm going to give you guys the key levels as I usually do. And then I want to kind of look at some of the things that are pointing to a potential continuation for this move to the upside. I want to start off here with the BitLab trading stack here. And we have some interesting stuff here. As we came down and finally broke this little sideways range that we were in, we came down and we started to get some bottom signals here on the daily time frame, showing these this big blue wave on the significant movement indicator. Obviously, when you get these big blue waves, it typically indicates that you are finding at least somewhat of a local bottom. So that was one indication on this stack that was showing like, hey, you are, you know, getting up to a local bottom here. On top of that, you could see your relative extrema. Not only did your bars come out of your green wave here on this move to the downside, but you can see this is starting to roll back to the upside, also somewhat of a bullish signal. And then this is actually one of the things that I think a lot of people sleep on with the BitLab indicator, and that is right here on the hidden volume indicator showing this bullish divergence signal. And these are actually very, very, very reliable. For the most part, I recommend anybody who's using the BitLab trading stack to go back and back test these bullish and bearish signals. You can see we got a bearish signal right here on the hidden volume right before we had the big meltdown all the way down to our lows here. And now we are getting that bullish signal here on the daily time frame. So as far as the BitLab trading stack goes, we are getting a bunch of confluence pointing to the upside here. And this is just kind of how you could have seen this coming using these indicators. But we do also have a bunch of other things as well showing a lot of confluence that we could continue a move to the upside here. And I want to start off on the 4-hour time frame. One of the biggest things that we were looking at on my live stream last night at 5:45 p.m. Was this confirmed bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we have lower lows on our price action with our higher lows on our indicator here. Once this confirmed this green dot right here and we printed another candle, this is a pretty strong indication that we are finding a bottom because not only do you have the bullish divergence, but you also have money flow starting to come up. So last night we were kind of looking at this saying, hey, we have the 4-hour bull div is confirmed. We're starting to get some green candles and we're getting this money flow to work its way up towards that zero line. So we were saying, hey, if this money flow continues to creep up here and starts to cross over into the green, what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be coming over to the daily time frame, and once you see that daily rolling to the upside, printing this green dot, that could be the start of another move to the upside. And then boom, you go to sleep, you wake up, that money flow crosses over into the green, you get the green dot, you get that bullish signal on the hidden volume on the BitLab trading stack, and now we are coming to the upside. So again, when you have these bullish divergences, depending on what indicators you're using, you could be using the RSI to find your divergences, you could be using the market intelligence, BitLab market intelligence to find your divergences. But if you are looking at money flow, if you have money flow coming up at the same time as that bullish divergence confirming, it does typically make for a much stronger move. So yeah, this is kind of, just a few of the things that we were looking at to anticipate this move up. And I do just want to point out some key levels to the upside if we do continue this bullish momentum, right? So the level that we were looking at on the live stream last night was this level here coming in at about $22,666. Now, this isn't just any random level of resistance, but what this is a very key level because it's actually the value area low of our previous range that we traded in all the way up here. We were in this range for almost 20 days. So this is going to be a very, very strong level. And the reason why I'm looking at this, or we were watching this level so closely, is because we knew that if we were able to get that move up with the 4-hour flipping over and the daily starting to roll back to the upside, if we got this move up, we would either see two things. And these are kind of the two scenarios we were looking at yesterday. We would either come up and get very, very strong resistance, being that this is the value area low of that previous range, or what we could look for more continued upside is to get above this level, flip this value area low to support, in which case, if we can continually and decisively hold this level as support, we will be accepted back into this value area. And for anybody who doesn't know, the value area is the area between your value area high and your value area low. So this range right here is that value area. And once you hold
can you say that
support
again? Can you say that again? What is the value area? Say that one more time.
Yeah, for sure. So this is like one of the most, this is definitely one of the most powerful tools that you can use while trading, and that is the volume profile. So basically, to get these trading ranges, all you have to do, and I believe this is a completely free tool in any free TradingView account, you come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tools down, click on that, open up the drop-down menu, and come all the way to the bottom and click on Fixed Range Volume Profile. And this allows you to select your sideways range. So you go ahead and click here, drag it all the way to where you want to the end of your range, which would be right here. And basically what it does is it pulls up these 3 levels, and they are automatically populated, right? So you get this level up here, which is your value area high, and then you get this level down here, which is your value area low. And then in the middle, you get what's called the point of control, which is just the area where the most volume was traded. And the POC typically acts as a magnet. So when you are trading within these ranges, you're essentially expecting to go from the lows to the highs, back to the lows, back to the highs, back to the lows, back to the highs, so on and so forth. So,
Frank, you're really good at your
that's
job.
how you.
You're really good at explaining stuff. You do a really good job.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. I tell you this. I should tell you this privately, and show you how flexible I am. But, but in reality, like the way you explain that, like I know why people like you on your channel. Because you explain this in a way that I feel like so many other people out there that are doing TA, they can't do it. They can't explain it as easily as you just explained it. I think everybody that was just watching that got a lot of value. People have already got, somebody mentioned it, hey, you're going to get the information, you're going to get the education, you're going to get the entertainment on this channel. And there it was. That was some great information you just gave. I hope everybody, if you missed what he was saying, make sure you go back and watch that part again. So, all right, go ahead. You can continue, Frank.
Yeah.
I wanted to pat you
Absolutely.
on the back.
Well,
good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, that's what I try to do. I think a lot of people, think that, in order to be good at TA, you need to be, a genius at like statistics or math or something like that. I really try to break it down because anybody can really understand this stuff if you're able to, just kind of break it down in simple terms. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Ben.
And some people are asking, by the way, some people are asking if you could show your settings on the volume profile so they could copy it.
Yeah, for sure. I could do that real quick right now. I also have a video on my channel that breaks this down, but if you guys just want to screenshot that,
send me to your channel. Make them go to your channel. Make them go to your channel. Make them go to your channel.
There you go. That was half the
video
settings.
On that. You guys can go Frankie Candles, subscribe, and search for what could they search? Find that video, or we'll drop it in the chat. Can you go find it?
Yeah, that's fine. I have on my channel. I have a volume profile playlist, so it will be in one of those. I break down all the settings.
God, if I actually watched your channel, I would know TA.
Well, hey, it doesn't seem like it seems like you know enough there if you're up on that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these volume profiles, this is basically the reason I like it so much is because it gives you context into what to expect if certain levels are broken. So kind of back to what I was talking about is if we're able to hold inside of this value area, this is essentially where price wants to trade. You could consider this like a fair value for Bitcoin. When you come above this range, it's oversold. Overbought. And when it's below this range, it's oversold. You could kind of think of it in terms of that. So if we hold support on here decisively, it would be more likely to actually get a move up, obviously first stopping off at your POC, but then eventually getting a move up to your value area high. So the next targets to the upside that I would have for Bitcoin is going to be this POC coming in at about $23,000 even. And if we can crack above that, again, just if we can hold support above this value area low, it would be likely to get a move up to the value area high coming in at about $23,336. So those are the immediate stops to the upside that I would be watching. Obviously, 25K is going to be another big target if we get a big move to the upside. The one thing before I let you guys go, I will caution you with is we did just confirm a red dot here on the 1 hour, and some of these lower time frames are starting to look a little overheated. So this will likely present itself either in some consolidation. We may just see some kind of bullish consolidation at this level, maybe something like a bull pennant before getting that break up to your value area high. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see a little bit of consolidation or a little bit of a retrace to the downside before getting a continued move up. But because of that money flow crossover into the green, because of the daily green dot, because of the bullish signals on the BitLab trading stack, I do think that even if we cool off in the short term, I do think we can see a bunch of continued upside. So now you guys have the key levels. You kind of have the bullish signals that we're looking at for a continued bullish momentum to the upside. And if you guys are interested in kind of going a little bit deeper into this, I actually posted a morning market update on my channel. It's a little bit of a longer video, but I kind of really dive into some levels to the downside if we do cool off, where I will be looking for some potential long entries. And we just go a little bit deeper into the TA. So definitely go check that out if you're interested.
Yeah. Thank you, Frank, for joining. And when am I going to get to see your calves? Are you coming back tomorrow? Are you going to be in the studio?
Oh, yeah. I'll be at the office in 10 minutes, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll meet you at our special spot.
Okay. Hey, make sure the door's locked.
Okay. How will you get in? All right. Thanks, Ray. We'll see you. Bye.
Hasta pasta.
I love Frank. Oh, man. Nothing like Frank. That's probably why we got in a big fight today, TJ. Frank wasn't here. Frank would have been in the middle. He could have held us apart from each other. He could have,
I don't know if we could have.
We could have both, we could have been both down, like rubbing one of his calves. You're on the other side. I'm on one side,
We did hug it out at the end, so.
Yeah, we did. We're
so
fine. We're fine. Guys, I'll say this. You guys heard of Shaq and Kobe? And you remember when Shaq left and everybody was like, what in the, you can't get along for a championship?
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, I'm not leaving.
Okay.
But I know why he left. You're about these bands that do really great. You're like, why can they not get along? You make it so, guys, it's complicated. It can be pretty complicated. But when you're running something that's massive and doing really well, tensions get high sometimes, But, what were we fighting about? We were fighting about how dumb people in the chat are. I said they're all low IQ. And DJ said, no, there's some smart people in there. Just kidding. That's not what we were fighting about. Okay. All right. So let's move on here. Let's go to, now I do want to say this, what Frank was talking about. What I want to say is that when you have the 1 hour chart and you have, let me pull up my other tab. It's got mine on it here. There we go. Okay. All right. When you have the 1 hour chart that's showing you something like a red dot on like market cipher here. Now, did it? What candles am I on? Am I on the right candles?
Looks like you're trying to be on Heikenaishi or not?
Yeah. I just want to double check. I thought it was because I'm not showing a red dot here. They come and go on that, obviously. Why is this not? What is this? Come on. Why is this thing acting so wonky? There we go. Okay. It's like a delay. This trading view, I tell you what, it's something else. I try to use it and it just goes bananas. Let's see if it'll work now. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we did get a red dot. Looked like it confirmed here on no, it didn't confirm. Is that a red dot there? You see it?
Yeah, it looked like it kind of is, but I don't.
It is there. It is there. It's the way that the lines popped up on top of it. It's really bizarre, but it is right there. It did just print. Okay. It literally just printed at the top of the hour at 12 o'clock. Now, here's what I want to say about this. He says money flow's going to the green. Things are turning up. The wave's starting to turn back up. When you get a red dot on the 1 hour, you will consistently notice, especially when things are bullish. Like let me come back to the full screen here. You will notice that consistently you get a green dot right after it. Boom, 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 boom. You come back down here. Here's another. Now you get green dots sometimes without the red dot, but like there's two very close together, but those were on the bottom side of the blue wave, meaning things were a little more bearish, which makes sense that you would have that pattern. The 1 hour chart is just not great for making moves based on the direction of the market. The hour will just move too fast. The 2 hour and the 3 hour, pretty good. The 4 hour is really, like Scott was saying yesterday when he was on the show, the 4 hour is good for determining tops and bottoms. The 1 hour is going to tell you local tops and local bottoms. So if you're watching the 1 hour, then it might tell you a good place to get out of a trade. but not necessarily where to go in at, right? Unless you're looking, if you're like, okay, I'm definitely getting in right now because the overall things look so bullish or bearish. I just want to get like kind of an optimal buy-in point. You use, it's kind of like, think about this, binoculars, right? You ever seen some binoculars, right? You got one side that twists drastically, but then you got another side that barely twists, and that barely was the precise. 1 hour is what you're doing for the precise. To pick your spots, you're using the big one. It's going, whoa, way in or way out. That's how the 4 hour chart is. And really with the 1 hour, you can break that down. You can go all the way down to the 5 minute chart, try to get an optimal spot. But I would not be thinking about where the market is going based on what the 1 hour chart is telling you, because it's just not going to be, there's just not enough oomph there. 4 hours is really the minimum for where you want to go. All right, Twitter buzz.
Twitter buzz.
Twitter buzz. Twitter buzz.
Caleb, massive beat for retail sales.
He was on ATB last night. He was great.
I love Caleb.
Yeah.
He's smart. If someone tells you that we're in a recession, tell them this. Retail sales plus 3% of moms.
Month over month.
I like moms better. So, all right, in January 2023, real GDP growth of 2.9% in Q4, unemployment rate of 3.4%, lowest since 1969, above average nominal wage growth at 4.4%. Okay, let me make some comments on that, because I think that's some mixed messages there. When we're looking at these numbers and we're saying we're not in a recession, what we're really doing is we're saying what we're going through right now doesn't match any other time in history that we've seen. Traditionally, we're in a recession. We see numbers that are far off from that. However, I don't think anybody would argue that we're in some type of extreme bull move right now, overall in the market, right? Nobody would argue that. So what does that mean? What does that imply? Well, I've been telling you this for probably 2 to 3 months now. The landing has already occurred. There's no soft landing coming. It's already occurred. Why? And now it makes sense why Jerome Powell was so adamant that he was going to be able to force the soft landing and stuff. Because all they did was, instead of going extreme to one side, which they should have, they're going to meet everything in the middle. They're basically going to delay all this for another 4 or 5 years. We're going to be dealing with this situation of inflation getting back out of control every 4 to 5 years until something breaks one way or the other. And I think that thing that's breaking is the digital dollar will cause demand for the dollar around the world to go up so much, they'll be able to push it down for, they're just trying to get to the digital dollar. That's all they're doing. Why wreck our total economy when in 3 to 5 years, we're going to be moving over to a digital dollar that's going to change the world. It's going to change economics in the world forever. All of a sudden, someone in a third world country can get $1 just by a click on their phone. And everybody's going to have phones by then, pretty much. That's how we're bringing in the unbanked, the unbanked to being banked through cell phones. So I just want everybody to be careful. Everything he's saying is true, but that doesn't mean that we're in a similar time to when we've seen those kinds of numbers before. We're kind of living in this gray area right now. And the interesting thing about this area is you're going to hear people tell you, things are about to, we're very close to world apocalypse at all times, because people love talking about the end of days and the end of the world and the end of economies. And we get this weird twisted thing inside of us that wants to see destruction and chaos. And, a lot of people are really monetizing on that right now. Preppers, no offense, true. Preppers, people that Stansberry Research, I want to sell you, a newsletter and stuff. I think overall, there's not too much to be worried about right now in terms of the economy. I think things are going to start getting better. And I believe they're turning the money printer back on. And that's what's ultimately going to cause this to really go the other way. So, all right. Let's see. Whale Watcher Guru Kansas considers $100 limit for individual crypto donations to political campaigns. Why would they do that? Are they the cartel, the Kansas City cartel, giving money to Kansas politicians? $100 of individual donations. I wonder if this has anything to do with Ukraine donations.
Yeah, I imagine it has something to do with that Alameda FTX stuff, but that seems ridiculously low.
Ridiculously low. Who doesn't have $100 to donate to your favorite political candidate? Brandon Hammond said he said he was opening something up. That was a super chat a long time ago. Brandon, I read it out of the corner of my eye. No, you won't find it's not up there anymore. That was like 20 minutes ago. It was while Frank was on, but I didn't get a chance to address it. So he lives nearby. She comes out by the studio sometime. Send an email to info@hitnetwork.com, and you can get that scheduled. We should cheer for Binance and Ripple, not the government, of course. A lot of people in crypto got this wrong. Can we, let's go to Twitter real quick. I want to address something. I retweeted Jake here. I wonder if anybody responded. Oh, he responded. No, he didn't respond. No, he didn't respond. Let's see if he responded. No, that's his. That's not what I want to do. Let me look at mine. Okay. Anybody comment on this? Okay. I don't want to add a tweet. I want to look at the comments. Why is it acting so weird? Okay. Here we go. Oh, you want to see who I muted? I don't want to see it. It might be a friend. Okay, so Jake Chervinsky said this, right? He said, to begin, some important scene setting. 2022 was the worst year in crypto history from a policy perspective, by far. He's from the Blockchain Association, by the way, which, by the way, main funder of that, Digital Currency Group. Okay. I don't know Jake. He seems like an okay guy. I don't know anything about him. Want to find out a little bit more about this Blockchain Association because obviously they're doing work in Washington. We're doing work in Washington. So it would make sense for us to talk. But I just want to really, this narrative that he's selling you, that's the most popular narrative. This is what everybody believes, what he's selling you here. 2022 was the worst year in crypto history from a policy perspective, by far. It may have been the worst in DC for any industry in recent memory. The whole year was one thing crashing after another, ending with the collapse of FTX. Guys, this doomsday regulation narrative that everybody out there is telling you is coming, it's categorically false. Categorically false. FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried were the greatest thing to happen to crypto in 2022. There is zero doubt about that in my mind. From a pure crypto perspective, it showed us who the bad guys are. It showed us the kind of people we need to keep out of this space. When someone who leads a crypto exchange, the second biggest one in the world, tells you, yeah, I didn't really care about crypto that much. I just like to trade. What is he telling you? He's telling you he doesn't care about the movement and philosophy of crypto. He only cares about making money. He sees it as a money-making opportunity. That's it. That's a disconnect between someone who needs to be regulating crypto and someone who's just out there to make money, right? FTX collapsing, what it did is it made every single thing that Sam Bankman-Fried wanted toxic. The politicians don't want to go anywhere near anything that Sam wanted. That's a good thing. The centralized exchanges, as I said in this tweet here, the centralized exchanges, they were getting ready to move it on the kill. They were coming for us. It was from the inside. They wanted to control everything. I don't know where Brian Armstrong stands. He won't talk to me. I don't know what I did, Brian. I don't know what I did to you. I don't know. Was it when we were kids? I don't know. It's because I made fun of your head. That's what turned Sam against me. But the point is, these centralized exchanges were trying to regulate stuff so that they were going to be the winners. That's no longer the case. What people want now is the politicians want crypto to remain innovative and they don't want it to challenge the US dollar. Like, that's what they want. They have the CBDC coming. They all know it. So, no, Jake, this was not a bad thing from a policy perspective. It's a bad thing for bad crypto policy. That's what it was. Good crypto policy, things that we care about, philosophies we stand for, freedom, sovereignty, privacy, transparency. These things are now at the forefront because guess what FTX was doing? Nothing transparent. The exact opposite of what we want. So I really push, and remember, this is Jake. This is what Bankless wanted. Remember that they want Jake up there, you know, that because he's wearing a suit. Remember, they like the guys in the suits. They wore suits to our show, if you remember. But the fact is, the real people in crypto, the people who've been here for years and years and years and stand for what crypto really stands for and care about what we should be caring about is not only in crypto, but as a country. Oh, no. That stuff's still on the table. We want things to be easier for a person to get into crypto We don't want things to be easier for an accredited investor to get into crypto. We don't care about them. So what video did we do last night? Did we do the video last night on, let me see. Was that it? Alien invasion? No. Let me go to the videos. What in the world? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Why did they? Go watch this video. No, you will not see me actually in a Cupid costume. That's from 2 years. Was that 2 years ago? 2 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah, wow.
Wow, 2 years ago. But the fact is, there we're really showing you who the enemies are. Really showing you who the enemies are and what we have to protect. We don't want, and I just wonder sometimes. I just wonder. It's funny, isn't it? All of these people that are out there in Washington lobbying, crypto folks, blockchain association, there's another one. Do they have your best interest at heart? What do they have at heart? Is it blockchain business? Is it exchanges? Who do they represent? Don't you want somebody who represents you, not another corporate crypto company? And that's what we stand for at this channel. That's what we do. I'm going to Washington to represent you. I'm not going on the behalf of a business. I'm going there to make sure that we protect the things that need to be protected. And I don't know. Maybe they fall in line with that. Maybe they don't. Maybe some people that work there do. Maybe some don't. We don't have corporate interests. We don't have investors or a board that's telling me what to go up there and say. So we'll have much more, hopefully, on that in the next couple of weeks, because we've got a lot of things that are moving there. A lot of things that are moving will be coming to fruition here very soon. Excited to talk to that about with you guys. But everybody's got to get away from this doomsday regulation narrative. It's not happening. The United States is not stupid. You think we're going to limit ourselves and not allow our country to be involved in blockchain? Do you really think that? You really think that? In times of such economic turmoil and digital warfare between us and China and Russia, you think we're going to say, let's just let them develop it all? You know what? No, guys, that's not real life. You got to use a little common sense here and understand we're going to be at the forefront of crypto in the United States of America. There's no doubt about that. And we're not going to let everybody else, we're not going to let China build the internet, right? They did build their own, but that's another story. We're always going to be involved in that. We're always going to be involved in blockchain. And so the next year to 2 years, you're going to see a lot of positive movement. Things that people are going to sell you as bad, but things that are actually good. Because we already saw what they tried to sell us was good, was evil. So there you go. That's my piece on that. Bitcoin eyeing next move. We see $19,000 retest. Yeah, maybe we'll see. That was for last night. Oh, here's another flagship crypto story here. Flagship cryptocurrency Bitcoin is now entering its 7th bull cycle, according to the head of Pantera Capital, Dan Moorhead, who predicts this year will be one where trust in the space is rebuilt. I actually agree with him on that. I don't know what I think about Dan Moorhead. In general, we line up with a lot of stuff from what I've seen over the years. I don't know what his motivations are, but I agree with him on that. That backs up everything I just told you. The former bond trader noted that this bear market was the only one to more than completely wipe out the previous bull market, I guess because it went down lower than the previous all-time high, giving back 136% of its previous rally. Let's see. The drawdown of this bear market was 77% above the median of 73%.
That's probably total crypto instead of just Bitcoin, maybe.
I think if he says this is the 7th bull run, then he's counting an extra one.
He's probably counting the double top and whatever that was. 15.
He's doing something weird.
Yeah.
He's doing something weird with the math. Now, remember, these guys are not, these corporate guys, they're not looking at charts like we are. They're not looking at a 4-year cycle. You never see these guys make predictions based on the 4-year cycle and the halving, which is crazy to me. Like Tim Draper, he throws out all kinds of numbers, never takes into consideration where we're at in the market. So I don't know what Dan's looking at, what Dan's not looking at, but I can tell you that we're not on the 7th bull cycle.
I guess he's counting, like if you look here.
It should be 5th, I believe.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4. He's kind of like every time it went up.
Yeah.
Like that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's saying this is the start of 7. But, he's counting these little mini rally, these bull trap, what we call bull trap in the middle of the cycles as bull runs. I guess.
This is not a bull run.
Right.
That's hilarious. Well, it was bullish at the time.
I mean, it went up, 7.
But that wasn't the bull run.
Right.
Yeah. So he's really counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this would be the 7th. Wow, that's really bizarre. Okay, whatever, I'll take it. And that's what I'm saying. They don't take into consideration where we're at in the market. They just look, price go up, boom, we'll call it. Okay, all right, moving on. Jordan Peterson asked for help to be onboarded on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Listen, guys, smart as Jordan Peterson. Can somebody help me get on this Bitcoin Lightning Network? And this is the problem with Bitcoin maximalists. It's so easy. Jordan Peterson can't do it. He needs your help. Pretty smart guy. Renowned Canadian psychologist and cultural critic Jordan Peterson has expressed his interest in joining the Bitcoin Lightning Network. What a freaking boomer. Come on, Jordan. Awful story. Posting a Lightning address would open up donations from the entire world, those without debit or credit cards. A lot of people have had enough of GoFundMe. Jordan Peterson, I don't know how to do this. Enlighten me if you would. Also, tell my grandkids I said hello. That's a Facebook post, guys. There used to be this girl on TikTok that would do funny Facebook responses from grandparents, and it was really funny. It sounds just like Jordan here. So anyways, we'll see what happens. Basically using that instead of GoFundMe. We are way, way, way far away from Lightning Network adoption. And I just, I don't know. That Lightning Network, what were your feelings on it?
Yeah, I was actually looking at something last night that was, I think Bit Refill is, what a lot of people, especially, use for, I think it's gift cards, right? And then almost everything, there's several chains, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and a handful of other chains all above Lightning Network, just because it's technically very complicated to use. Even a lot of and I think they were, a lot of Bitcoiners would even acknowledge this, maybe not the maximalists, but a lot of the Bitcoiners would say, it's not user-friendly. It's far too complicated. Even most people that are using it are still using custodial services, aren't truly using it correctly. So yeah, it's got a ways to go before it's mainstream for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, there's so many other options out there. There's so many other options. Wait till that CBDC is an option. Everybody's going to be using it. It's going to be so easy. So easy. I mean, you ever gone somewhere and you forgot your wallet? Oh, good. People have Apple Pay. Well, you know what? None of my debit cards work with Apple Pay. I can't use Apple Pay. But you know what? I can use a digital wallet from the U.S. government. I never have to worry about bringing my wallet anywhere. So I just think that there's tons of other things that work way better than Bitcoin for that. And who wants to sell your Bitcoin in a bear market? Who wants to sell your Bitcoin right now? Top of the market, okay. I'll listen to it. I think it's a good strategy to take profits by using a crypto.com card or something else at the top of the market. Telling TJ the other day, I wish we had bought this Rolex watch when we were in Miami. I don't rock nice watches. Yeah, Apple Watch, I'm happy with it. But it'd be nice to have a Rolex. I guess. Maybe. I don't know if I'd ever wear it. It's kind of like grills. I buy it, think it's cool, and then I don't know if I ever wear it. Okay. But it was like 80 grand. And the market had taken a little bit of a dip. Okay. It was in April of 2021. And we said, when we come back in July.
Yeah, we'll wait for all-time high.
We're at all-time highs. We'll come back and well, that $80,000 watch we could have bought, how much it'd be worth today? $80,000. You know what that crypto is worth? About 20 grand right now. So, at the top of the market, I think we should actually be more willing to spend money and buy things that will hold value or will make my wrist look nice. 83% confess attraction to crypto fanatics on Valentine's Day survey. They did this to the, where they do this, an open sea survey.
I know. Where did they do this?
All right.
Austin or San Francisco?
Showing an interest in cryptocurrency might be the key to attracting a romantic partner, according to a Valentine's Day survey conducted by Binance. There it is, Binance.
Yeah. So they pulled all their users.
Yeah. 70% excited when going on a date with someone interested in crypto. 83% see crypto interest as attractive in a relationship. 60% of people 60% find people interest in crypto appealing and tech savvy. Well, hello, ladies. My name is BitBoy Crypto, and I do have a Valentine already, but I could be taking nominations just to see who's interested out there. I'm in crypto. Do you find me attractive? Do you find me tech savvy? Do you think I'm interesting? If so, Send me a Valentine. All right. My wife got me a bathrobe. Do you see this?
No.
She got me a bathrobe for Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, she did. So I think $25 on Amazon. Nice bathrobe. Had good reviews, she said. Coincidentally, I also got her a bathrobe for Valentine's Day.
You know what else?
It was Versace. She gave me the bathrobe yesterday morning. I was like, thank you, honey. So nice.
That's really funny.
It's pretty funny, but it's hilarious. We got each other the same thing.
It is funny. Well, did you know Justin Williams also got his wife a bathrobe?
Did he really?
And I also got my wife a bathrobe. I just found out that the other day. Isn't that weird?
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so bizarre.
I don't know what that means or what that says, but
and I've never worn a bathrobe in my life. And I got one for Valentine's Day. Are we being controlled by the Matrix right now?
Something's going on.
That's so strange. Okay. All right. Explaining the disconnect between Bitcoin and Treasury yields post-US inflation data. Risk assets are following implied volatility, which sold off heavily following the CPI release. QCB's Capital Market Insights team told CoinDesk, well, we guess the thinking is as long as the Fed doesn't panic and go back to 50 basis points, we are in for a slow ride, which equities can stomach, especially if it's a period of strong growth, high prices, which will still benefit equities through higher markets. Let's see. Inflation remains stubbornly high. Goldman Sachs CEO said the prospect of a softer landing has improved. We already landed. I already told you all that. I'm the only person telling you we already landed. It's been done. We've already landed. It's already happened. We're not bracing for anything. Okay. Let's see. Soft landing means a cyclical turndown in economic activity that stops just short of an outright recession, measured by consecutive quarterly contractions and growth rates. We're already going to be going back up, guys. I mean, this is not rocket science here. We had those earnings reports, the bad ones this week or last week. They'll be the last ones. I mean, you all see. Everything's about to get turned back up.
A lot of people in the chat also saying they got bathrobes. This is weird.
You got a bathrobe too? Bullish on bathrobes? Bathrobes are just excuses for men to wear dresses?
No, those are kilts.
Would you ever wear a kilt?
I haven't ever worn a kilt. I'm not, you never know. Like maybe like a Renaissance, but I've never come across a scenario where I felt the need to even consider wearing a kilt. It's never entered my mind at all.
Well, I can say firmly and strongly, I will never wear a kilt. Just not a dress guy. I'm sorry. Just not. And I'd be honest with you. This bathrobe comment has really got me a little confused about where I stand on bathrobes. Because
it's not really a dress at all. It's a robe.
It's more like a long jacket.
Yeah.
Like a long
trench coat.
jacket.
Like is a trench coat a dress? No. It's just it's a coat.
But like a bathrobe under a trench coat, usually wear nothing. So there is a coincidence or, similarities there. Yeah.
A lot of people, if you're in a cold place, you need an overcoat.
Men don't wear bathrobes.
Rich guys do.
Rich guys do. Tony Soprano did.
What's his name?
You on Tony Soprano, Punk?
Hugh Hefner did.
Hugh Hefner did. That's right. He was
pretty much exclusively wore a bathrobe.
I find bathrobes to be suppressive.
What?
Not a bathrobe guy. Look, I've never really worn a bathrobe. I have put one on in a hotel.
That's usually,
from time to time,
resort
occasionally.
bathrobes.
But I get very sweaty when I sleep. And so I got up last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep on the recliner at like 7. I got up like 2. And I went and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put on this bathrobe. She got it for me for Valentine's Day. Put it on, laid back down, went back to sleep. And I woke up in a pool of sweat.
I bet.
And so I don't
think they're made for really sleeping.
I don't know how women wear all these clothes at night sometimes, like pajamas, or I get so sweaty. Like I want to take layers of my skin off when it's cold in there. So I don't know. So she said she bought me the bathrobe so I can go in and out of the house to the hot tub with it on. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Kids used the hot tub for the first time last night. My toe is preventing me from getting in right now. Crypto crash Senate hearing shows political party divide on how to regulate the sector. Of course, remember, they're always trying to make us seem like we're on opposite sides. But in reality, I know for a fact, we're much closer than people think that we are. Okay. Are there highlights? No highlights. Maybe I can't highlight this page. It happens. Let's see. 2023's first congressional session came to an end on Tuesday without a consensus on crypto regulation. The banking committee focused on digital asset regulation, the crypto crash. Based on the hearing, the crypto industry isn't any closer to a meaningful policy decision. I told you guys we have a lot of time. Haven't I told you that? we've got a lot of time to be able to get this right. We don't have to rush things, and this is more evidence of that. Democrats push strict crypto regulations. Republicans blame the SEC. Let's see. And then who are the Democrats? Well, the traditional crypto haters, Sherrod Brown, and the banking broad, Elizabeth Warren, who we do know for a fact now is in with the banks. We got plenty of evidence of that over the last week. We talked about it yesterday. Let's see. In contrast, Senator Tim Scott brought the onus of the FTX collapse on Gary Gensler. Guys, Republicans are coming after Gary Gensler. So isn't it interesting? Elizabeth Warren, daughter, intern for Gary Gensler. Elizabeth Warren caught sending Gary Gensler the questions from a hearing before the hearing. Big surprise. She's out there pushing one side of this, and the other side is saying it's Gary Gensler's fault. Guys, Elizabeth Warren is protecting Gary Gensler. Now, there's another fascinating thing going on right now, which is Lael Brainerd, who was the number 2 person from the Fed. We covered the story briefly yesterday, and I didn't really tie it together what's happening here, okay? That was a signal Gary Gensler is out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. We know who's moving on. Who's the big person from the government that's moving on this year? They say. Janet Yellen. What does that leave open? Treasury Secretary's seat. Who has been the person who's been tossed around so many times to fill that seat? Gary Gensler. He wants that. Gary Gensler wants to be the Treasury Secretary. Lael Brainerd's probably going to get that job. That's why she's moved out. She was number 2. She was the most dovish person of everybody that was on the Fed, okay? What that meant is she was the one person that kept them from pushing numbers much higher. Like, she was like, we can calm down. We do this a little bit slower without wrecking the economy, without wrecking the government. Now she's out. Treasury Secretary is about to get replaced. Who do you think they're going to want in there as Treasury Secretary for the last 2 years of Biden's administration? Someone that's not going to wreck the economy, is going to keep things going in the same direction. That's who it's going to be. I tell you right now, she's going to be the number 1 pick. This means Gary Gensler is not going to get that job. And that's Gary Gensler's ceiling. He's out of the government after this. Gary Gensler out of politics after the Republicans oust him, which is going to happen. So we'll see what happens. Committees are hopeful that a stablecoin legislation will pass soon. Told you guys that is the one thing we're going to look at this year that's probably going to be negative on crypto, or a lot of people are going to see it, is going to be stablecoin regulation. But I've already given you guys a lot of reasons why I don't even think that's a big deal. Let's see. Ralston Benham of the CFTC said he's going to crack down on non-compliant crypto projects. Blah, 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 blah. So there you go. A lot of stuff going on with politics. Digital asset industry comes under fire at hearing by U.S. Senate on crypto crash. There's Sherrod Brown. This guy should probably be in a nursing home, but yet he's trying to make judgment calls when his number 2 donor is PNC Bank. No wonder he's going after crypto. You got to know these people hate when we push who their donors are. They have to hate that. They don't want you to know that his number 2 donor is a bank. They don't want you to know that. The information is clear and in the public. It's very easy to find and see, but nobody searches for it. And it's only when people with big platforms tell you who they're backed by that people actually know who they're backed by. We should make a banner with him on it. President of PNC Bank. Hearing topics range from stablecoin regulation, consumer protection, yada, yada, yada. Other took a more positive stance, such as Senator J.D. Vance, who warned regulators not to destroy the dynamic upside of the digital asset world, obviously. The hearings also followed calls by the White House to increase efforts to regulate the growing industry, which warned it would be a grave mistake to enact legislation that would deepen ties between crypto and traditional finance due to the risk of broader financial contagion. So, exactly, guys. Do you know about this EDXM, TJ?
No.
Man, I tell you what. I can't express enough how interesting it is to be in the middle of all this and to have been predicting all this for years, and now we're in the middle walking it. And it's just, it's so surreal. Joe Biden comes out with this comment and he says, we can't deepen the ties between crypto and traditional finance. Can't deepen the ties there. Okay, well, Citadel is working along with Sequoia and Paradigm, okay, other VC funds, working on creating the first institutional crypto exchange. It's called EDXM, EDX Markets. Meanwhile, you have Silvergate thrown under the bank, companies tied to it one by one systematically being taken apart by the government. And here they are about to slide in. They want to convince you that they're not a crypto company. This is not a crypto exchange, but it's a crypto exchange, but it's traditional finance. Accredited investors only. They're trying to sweep, they're trying to rug pull us right now.
Yeah, the same thing going on with Backed. Actually, I was reading a story.
Yeah.
Remember that was the big news back in like 2019. Backed, owned by ICE, who operates the New York Stock Exchange. Basically, all of that's coming together right now, too, for them to be a regulated crypto exchange for institutions. Almost $1 billion valuation on a company that was created in 2019. Interesting.
Yeah, it's coming, guys. It's coming. But I'm not concerned about it. This is all going to fail, guys. At the end of the day, crypto is going to stay crypto. They're trying to corral something that cannot be corralled. It's already out of their hands. It's kind of like this. I always use this analogy because there's not a more beautiful analogy in the history of the world than the Roman Catholic Church to the oppressive elites and the banks today. There's just not. When that printing press started, people started getting that Bible in their hands. Roman Catholic Church tried a lot of stuff to kind of change and manipulate the public perception of what they were doing. But at the end of the day, they had the Bible in front of them now. It was too late. Once the Bible was printed and handed out, it was too late. That's what they're trying to do right now. The Bible's already been handed out. People already see what the elites and the banks are doing. It's all out there for the public now. Before it wasn't. Imagine trying to find the donor list in 1964 of a candidate. Imagine. How could you have done that? You'd have to write a letter to the government, have them send you something. Nobody was doing that. Today, it's all out front for us to see. And they can't stop what's coming, even though they're going to try everything they can. But yet, we're in a tough spot because the government still understands they can't miss out on the money from crypto. They can't miss out on that sector and that industry. And that's why all this other stuff is going to fail. EDX, look, back launched in 2019. CBOE launched their futures contracts in 2017. CBOE dead in crypto. Backed, they're trying to build on top of what they already had. It was a gigantic failure. Backed was a failure the first couple of years. So we're going to see a redistribution of wealth in crypto, and it's coming, and nobody can stop it. And so what you're seeing now is, it just reminds you of the phrase, she doth protest too much. That's what they're doing. They're protesting. They're trying to put their foot down and own something they cannot own. And so that's what traditional finance is going to realize is, oh, they told us we couldn't stop this. We're going to take advantage of it. We're going to do it from the inside. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to. You're going to try. You're going to fail miserably. This is the death of Fidelity, the death of Citadel, the death of Charles Schwab, the death of JP Morgan are imminent. And it's only a matter of time. It's not going to happen this year, but it's imminent. Warren pledges to reintroduce crypto anti-money laundering bill. Guys, she has a 0.25% hit rate on bills she introduces. 1 out of 370 or something like that. So I'm not worried about the banking fraud myself. She plans to reintroduce legislation with Roger Marshall that would extend anti-money laundering laws to a broad array of the cryptocurrency system. That would include digital asset wallet providers, miners, validators, and other blockchain participants. If introduced in the same form as last December, the bill would also extend to AML reporting requirements to include U.S. persons who transact in $10,000 or more in digital assets using offshore accounts. There you go. So this is a nothing burger. Again, if y'all ever figured out that Elizabeth Warren just likes being in the news, that's what she does. She likes being in the news. She doesn't get anything done. She's done nothing. Isn't that right at AOC? She even hates her. Who's better? Elizabeth Warren or AOC? AOC, is it you? I agree. Thank you. Crypto regulation is impossible without an act of Congress, says the Blockchain Association. Pro-crypto trade group, Blockchain Association, has addressed the recent crackdown on crypto firms by multiple United States regulators. Jake Chervinsky, the chief legal officer of the Blockchain Association, took to Twitter. We were talking about this a little bit. Let's see. Federal regulators overstepping their authority. The SEC obviously doing that. Neither can obtain it through any amount of enforcement, and neither will have it without an act of Congress. 100%. Congress has to make the move. And that's what we're calling on. We're calling on Congress to make the move, and we're giving them the blueprint to do it. It's actually very easy. This doesn't have to be hard, guys. Like, this is what I'm so confused on. And I'll tell you, what I've learned about Washington, D.C. and state governments as well, they like it to be hard. That's what she said. No. They like it to be hard because that allows them to do things very slow, which means they don't get a lot done, which means they don't have a lot to be held accountable for. The more, you guys remember when the Obamacare law passed? You guys remember that? Almost everybody involved with that was tied to it. So if you were in a place and you know, whatever, I'm not a medical or insurance guy. You couldn't keep your doctor, whatever it was people complained about all that stuff. They blamed the person that was their representative for it. That those senators that voted for that, and the president obviously, are tied to that forever. So they can be held accountable. They have people in their region, what do they call that? Jurisdiction. What's the word? Their electorate. I can't, the words escape me. But the point is if you had someone in your district that didn't like that you did that, they were never going to vote for you again. However, if you didn't have to vote on that, then there's nothing they could hold you accountable for. And so I think things take a long time, that they move slowly there, and they like that this is coming slow. They don't want to do this overnight, but Congress is going to do this. This is going to happen in the next 2 years. Let's see. The current structure of Congress, which is divided, literally not ideological, makes a deal. This is BS. This is false. This is an outright lie. Just so you guys know, and I'm telling you, I had a meeting with one of the most important people in American politics today. I will tell you that. I will tell you who it is. This is a person that's been in crypto for a long, long time as well. And what I'll tell you is, literally told me to my face, not Jake Chervinsky, not a guy who's getting secondhand information, speaking directly with this person, said, crypto legislation is the only thing in the next 2 years Republicans and Democrats can agree on, and it will be the only laws that get passed in the next 2 years. So I don't know who he's talking to. I don't know who he's talking to. But that's a lie. The fact that we have a split Congress and Senate, or House of Representatives and Senate, that's good. That means we're actually going to get agreement, bipartisanship on these laws. And so I really want to look into that blockchain association. I don't know if they're good or not. Do you know anything about them?
Not really.
I just don't trust people in suits. I don't trust them. Do you trust people in suits?
I mean,
glasses, okay. I'll give you glasses. Suits?
I don't deal with a lot of people in suits.
100%. Why? Because they're not our people. They're not the kind of people we like to deal with. Like, if somebody walks into a restaurant wearing a suit, I'm like, a little overkill, ain't it, bud? You know? So I'm just saying, I don't know what to believe with this stuff. Maybe we should talk. I sent a LinkedIn request to the Kristen something. She's the person who's in charge. I guess she's CEO of it, Blockchain Association. I need to know what these people stand for. I need to find out exactly who all of their backers are, because I can't tell if they're being honest and they're getting bad information, or if they're trying to smoke and mirror you. And if they are, then that's a big problem, that these are the people representing us in Washington. Big problem. So, all right.
You want to, real quick with the super chat, Daniel, you're going to have to probably do a support request with Gemini. We can't really answer. The only thing I can think of is depends on how long. Like if you just bought that, sometimes it takes a while for the bank transaction to clear before they let you withdraw to anything, but I've never had an issue like that before. Just put in a support request.
Yep. Coinbase, JP Morgan relationship intact. Great. Gucci tracksuits. They're good, by the way. Gucci tracksuits all day, every day. JP Morgan and Coinbase. Great. I'm so glad they have a good relationship. Once again, I can't ever figure out what I think about Brian Armstrong. Say no to these people. Say no. Separate yourself from them. If you are who you say you are, these are the bad guys. JP Morgan is the villain. You don't need to have a good relationship with them. That's why I'm so confused by him. I'm so confused by what they're trying to get done. No, we're not working with the banks on regulation. No, we're not working with the banks and trying to figure out our financial system and who needs to, what part of the government needs to control it. No, Brian, we don't. You should actually have a crappy relationship with them. They should hate you. You're competitors. I don't get it. Why? And there's a big difference, by the way. There's a big difference between exchanges working together and what XRP has built with their RippleNet. All it does is it just helps banks send money faster. It helps the whole economy in the world. Banks are not going away tomorrow. But we shouldn't be allowing them to influence our businesses. We shouldn't be allowing the banks to influence what we do in crypto. XRP is not giving the banks a leg up against crypto. It's totally different. Why are you working with them? I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand. Is their banking partner? Anyways, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. Susquehanna Advisor Group buys 7.5% in Silvergate following Citadel. We covered that whole video last night. You guys should check out that video we did last night. I'm telling you, that video is phenomenal. It shows you exactly what's going on behind the scenes. And you need to go watch that video that has me dressed as Cupid on the cover. SBF and FTX fraud aided and abetted by Silvergate alleges a lawsuit. That's just a class action lawsuit. Peter Schiff deems Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban crypto sellouts. Kevin O'Leary is more than a sellout. Ether selling pressure should be fairly limited around the Shanghai fork upgrade. And this is what I've told you. It's a big overreaction to think that all of a sudden when this happens and people can sell, that all of a sudden everybody's selling their ETH at a time when it's going up. Doesn't make any sense. Nope. Hey, fellas, from Corey, happy Wednesday. You guys believe this time the bull market could be better than the last? I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm feeling it. I didn't have a lot of hopes for the last bull run, by the way. I didn't have a lot of hopes until it started. This feels different. This feels like I feel very bullish about this next bull run. I didn't even know we were getting another bull run last time, you know? So inflation data has stocks dumping equals BTC pumping. Could be, potentially. BTC been marching a beat of its own drum here lately, is what I'll tell you. Ethereum supply plunges 37% on exchanges, post-merge upgrade. I believe that. Fifth biggest outflow of stablecoins on Ethereum in the past 2 years. I don't know if this is they're getting ready to exchange a bunch of stablecoins when they think that some are going to be gone, potentially. This is interesting. I think this is the most interesting story of the day, to be honest with you. Siemens issues blockchain-based euro-denominated bond on Polygon blockchain. Remember what I said earlier about the banks? See if this is the article that says it. None. The article that I read about this said that this digital bond from Siemens, this is the precursor of getting rid of banks. Now, this is what technological and financial evolution. They can't fight it. It's coming. Their death is coming. It's a matter of time, not if. You can now do a bond on blockchain. A large company, Siemens, is doing it without having a bank middleman. What do you think the biggest moneymaker for banks in the world is? Bonds. Bond market runs the entire world. Runs the entire world economy is the bond market. Now you can do digital bonds on Polygon without a bank. Very interesting to see what if Polygon's going to get some dumpage action from big players that are going to be pissed about this. So by moving away from paper and toward public blockchains for issuing securities, we can execute transactions significantly faster and more efficiently. Unbelievable. We got to fly through this. I know we're late. Cardano gets Valentine's Day upgrade. The Valentine upgrade was pushed live on the mainnet in the early Asian hours. Native ADA tokens outperformed crypto majors. Really want to start getting on that min swap, talking about some of these Cardano coins. Hodgkins and SEC had justified concerns about Kraken staking. Very, very interesting here. Hodgkins is saying a lot of pro-government, anti-crypto stuff lately. Did him and Jesse Powell have beef? Maybe. Could be. Let's see. During a live stream, he spoke in detail about how the enforcement action. SEC posted a press conference, blah, 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 blah. What they're saying here is you don't make any decisions. Kraken make all the decisions. You're doing the work. They're saying you have liquidity, but the protocol doesn't give you liquidity, meaning in practice, you need to chop up the pie, blah, blah. He's just saying basically that centralized exchanges shouldn't be doing this. He's pushing people towards decentralized, which makes sense because Cardano staking pools are not centralized. Obviously, you keep it in your wallet. So he's really not going after Kraken. He's really going after anybody who has to give up their custody of ADA. So okay, that makes sense. I'm down with that. Well, I think this is still the same stuff that we covered the other day on a video. Now that I'm looking at it. Okay, XRP Army, throw it up real quick. We're at the end of the show. XRP Army. Ripple provides 1 million XRP for earthquake relief in Turkey and Syria. So there you go. Let's see. Ripple will match any crypto donation. So there you go. Ripple, company that loves people. Okay. That is the only story. Not too much on that today. Banking giant DPS as Bitcoin is booming. Yada yada yada. I guess we got a rep show up.
No, I mean.
Oh, I thought you have a show, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean,
9 minutes.
I don't have to do it. I mean, I can get Drew to do it, or
okay. You got some questions? Q&A.
Ask him. Any questions for Q&A?
Yeah. Flash Gordon is always posting these Chuck Norris comments. You seen those?
Mm-hmm.
You seen them? X. Ditcho Bank. Misspoke there. Ditcho Bank and use a credit union. I do, but my credit union sucks too. So they wouldn't give me a business account because my account had an email that had bitboycrypto.com in it. Because I had crypto in it. They said no. So depending on what credit union you're using. Is Uphold a safe exchange? No exchange is safe. You should always take all your money off. That's our message. How do you factor in old projects versus new projects as runners in the next bull run? We're going to be looking at that very soon. It's about time for us to start. It's about time for us to start looking at potential bull run coins. It's time. I told you guys last year, I said, this is not the time to, start picking your 1000X coins. We're actually going to be a big announcement here. I will not be wearing an Eagles bathrobe. No, thank you. We're not going to be doing videos on the channel all the time that are going to be 1000X coins, 100X coins. We're going to be doing this like we did last time. We just don't feel like it's with the responsibility that we have in crypto with being the #1 channel that people come in through. We want to show a little more caution there. But we are going to be launching a newsletter called Crucial Crypto. We should have the website up very, very soon. First one's going to be free. So everybody can sign up for it, get one, see if you like it. It's going to be $100 a month. It's going to be a weekly newsletter. We're still going to do our normal free weekly newsletter. This is an upgraded one. It's going to have much more in-depth research, coin picks. We're going to have different people at our office give you guys coin picks that they're interested in, what their portfolios look like. And it's going to be the kind of thing that, it's going to be definitely worth $100 a month. But this is where we're really going to be able to talk a little bit more about the individual coins that we like, some that are off the radar and things like that. So you're definitely going to want to sign up for that, especially get the first free one and check it out, see if you like it, see if you don't. But in terms of video content, like we're just not going to really we'll talk about some of those coins sometimes, but we're not going to be doing a moonshot of the week every week like we did before. That burned a lot of people, burned us too. So we just learned a lot from the last bull run, and we're gonna be a little more cautious on some of that stuff. But we do know there's a portion of the audience that really wants those, and we're gonna allow you guys a way to do that. So, whew, that question. Thoughts on in-house crack clawdowns on Celsius? So we're going through the Celsius document now. Today's a big day for Celsius, the 15th. There was a document put out that shows what their plan is. It does supposedly, from what I've been able to see, it does say they're considering retail clawbacks. Some people are telling me that's not true. I'm waiting to get the full information on it. But either way, they're never getting a dime from me. I don't care. But they can try to claw back my money. They're going to pull back a nub. Well, they're going to pull back. They try to claw back. So, no, you don't have to make. No, y'all can make. I don't care if y'all make Chuck Norris jokes. I don't care. They're fun. I read them sometimes. But, yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know where to stand on the Celsius stuff. I'm just torn in a million different directions on who's right and who's wrong. And I think it's a lot of gray area and a lot of people looking out for themselves. And I just hope that, we'll be able to get money back. Everybody will get money back. That's what I hope. Is this the same newsletter as the one for Pluto Alliance? Yes. If you do own a Pluto Alliance, NFT, you are going to get that for free. So $100 a month is actually insane. Like on the downside. Yeah, I know. I think Masari is like $300 a month. Something like that. All right, guys. Why is the price so high?
Yeah, a lot of complaints about the price.
A weekly newsletter. You get one per week. There's going to be like 3,000 to 5,000 words. And you think $100 a month is too much. Well, y'all don't need to be in crypto. Sorry. If you can afford $100 a month and it's something you're interested in, then you need to save your money and do other stuff. You need to get your own personal life straightened out. Because if $100 a month for 4 to 5 newsletters is too much for you, then you've got a problem. And I'm not saying it's a bad problem. You might have a financial problem. Go take care of your financial problem first and get your house in order. And then maybe you can think about something like that. So I think, wait, you want another free 99? You want us to put 40 hours of work a week into something and charge you $10 for it? Is that what you want? You want things for free? Don't get it. Period. So there you go. All right, guys, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys for coming on the show. Yeah, maybe somebody needs to get a job. There you go. That's all I got for today. Sorry we were late today. Obviously, I had to cut the show a little bit, but look forward to being back on time tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, exactly as normal. That's all I got. Be blessed. Boy out.